We're here with NZ Courage head coach Sean Nahas out of the NZ Courage's playoff quarterfinal against the Kansas City Current. Sean, if we could start with the NWSL Quarterfinal on this weekend's matchup.
Yeah, we're excited. I think it's tough to play a team 4 times in a season, but we feel we're playing some good football, and we know it's going to be a difficult place to go and play, and the players that they have, and the way they want to play. But I think overall we're to be one of 8 teams in the playoffs, and in a league like this with not having our full roster all year and performing fairly well. I know everyone writes about the separation between 4 and 5, and the rest of the league, but that's just writer talk. That's not football talk. So, once you're in, and you give yourself a chance. But we feel that we made progress this year just based on our roster, based on the availability of our players all year. We're excited about the opportunity, and whatever after 90 minutes, as long as we put on a good performance, we'll take it and learn and grow from it.
Now I will turn over to questions on Zoom from Jeff Sue.
Sean, thanks for doing this. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Maybe if I could start with the familiarity piece that you brought up, fourth time playing each other. You've got the victory to look back to in September over them. What do you take from that? Do you see a positive or negative in terms of that frequency of beating them again?
No, just because it was in June. You take positives out of it for sure because you get a result. But I think overall, where you have to minimize their strengths, which they like to transition, and we have to be really disciplined in possession and where we want to lose it and where we want to play. You can have the perfect game plan going in, and then after 3 minutes, it could be blown up, or after 90 minutes, it could be blown up. You just have to go and play the way you play and the way you believe in the style. But there's definitely positives we can take from it. I think we just have to, like any other game, we have to minimize our risk. The last game we played and we were home. Obviously, we're very good at home. This year, we've been a bit off on the road, but that's typical. I think that's been the way it's been all year with a lot of teams, not just us. But look, it's a 1-game season, and at the end of the day, as long as your group is ready to go perform and they're excited about the opportunity, like our group is, then I think you always give yourself a chance, regardless of where you're traveling.
And stylistically, like you just touched on, you all with known for possession, and Kansas City's pretty good very good on the counter, I guess. Do you see? Given it's that 1-game season, as you said, do you stray from that at all in terms of adapting to the moment, or is it? Do you expect for you all, and do you expect more of the same?
We will never stray from our identity. We believe in it. I think, we can't be a transition team. We're not made up that way. On the attacking side, unless it's absolutely on, we just don't have our players are built differently with the qualities and responsibilities that they have. So it's a little bit different than maybe they like to play with Chewinga and Deb and the transition moments that they have up top. So I don't see them really changing much. I think they've been pretty true to themselves as well, and they've played the way that they have and had success. So for us, it's more about just minimizing those moments. If we went away from, look, we'll tweak a few things here or there just based on spaces that maybe we see available to us. But if we strayed away from it now, then we completely abandon everything we preach to our players. And in order to know where you stand with certain things, you have to stay true to your plan. And that's what we'll do. And we'll put our best foot forward. And hopefully after 90 minutes, it goes our way.
Situation, road form. Do you talk about it at all, or how do you view that in terms of the struggles you all have on the road?
I have not mentioned it once to our players. They're a smart enough group to know. We haven't put bad performances in on the road. We just haven't gotten results on the road for whatever reason. But we've played well. It's just something we have to look at. Beginning of the year, we sort of identified a few things based on the load, based on the speed, the bursts, the pressures. We weren't as good as we are at home for whatever reason, but on the ball we were quite good. But yeah, you look at a lot of the teams. A lot of teams really struggled on the road. So the fact that we were that good at home, we were consistent all year in how we played. It's just in the final third, we struggled a little bit throughout the year because of the inconsistencies of the players we had available to us. And let's be honest, we haven't had Carroll all year. That's a big piece of the puzzle too. We've had everyone available to us for one game this year, and that was the game that Pinto got hurt. So ever since then, we haven't had anyone available. We haven't had everyone available. So we're talking about less than 30 minutes that we had a full roster available to us all year. And the fact that we're in the playoffs, I think people need to talk about that, because it's a pretty impressive thing when the best player in the league in our eyes, based on the MVP last year, our biggest, one of our main threats, hasn't been available yet. We still scored 34 goals. We still created chances, maybe a little bit inconsistent at times, won 10 games or 11 games at home. So there's a lot to be proud of in our group and what we did throughout the year.
What is Caroline's status and anything else on the injury front?
Everyone will find out on Saturday, I guess. She's training. We were just precautionary last week, but we just have to make sure that we're not putting her at risk of anything. So the next 48 hours or 24 hours will be important. But as of right now, to be honest, Jeff, it's day to day, but more skewing towards the upside.
And that's just like knee related from before.
No, it has nothing to do with the knee. It was just a soreness in her leg, a tightness in like a muscle area that we didn't want to risk. Yeah, it was when she came out of Brazil camp. It wasn't anything that happened. It was just sort of like a rehash of it, but it wasn't anything major. It was just she felt something, a little bit of tightness. She had flew the day before, and so we just said, let's just shut you down and be smart about it.
All right. I guess last one for me, if I could, set pieces, something that was maybe a vulnerability for Kansas City early in the year. Tighten that up a bit, but it's typically, always changes games, right? But maybe it's like in the playoffs. That's something that particular focus for you all?
Yeah, we emphasize it, but we're not great in the air either. So, but we'll try and take advantage of some things, but we'll see how it all plays out. At the end of the day, set piece balls, corners, all that stuff, it's a 50-50 ball. It really comes down to a heart and desire to want to go get it. And if we can do that, then we'll give ourselves a few chances.
I think that's it for me, Sean. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.